Arnold met Arnold in 1969, 1 week after he came to this country, and it was kind of ironic because it was after his first defeat in a physique contest against Frank Zane in Miami Beach, Florida, that he lost to Frank Zane. He lost to Frank Zane, and then came into Joe Gold brought him into Santa Monica, and I met him on his first night in Los Angeles with Dave Draper, Peanuts West, and a few other guys, and
Because you were training at Gold's.
I was training at Gold's, yeah, the first and original Gold's gym, and met Arnold.
Did he kind of gravitate to you because you were one of the biggest in the gym?
Yes, it was funny because I had really had gotten huge, and he had this natural charisma that we started taking photos right away because he had a photographer with him, Art Zeller, one of the early legendary, iconic photographers of bodybuilding, and so we started taking photos together of our first meeting, and he was very animated and very excited and very happy and very thrilled to meet me, and over the size of my arms, and so it was really a great meeting, and fortunately I still have those photographs, the original photos of that first meeting ever in 1969 of Arnold Schwarzenegger being in this country for 1 week. It's really amazing.
So, and you ended up becoming friends with him for a while, didn't you?
Oh yes, I trained with Arnold for years after that, and then I became the pro wrestler that I did. And every time I came back into Los Angeles, I would go to Gold's and train with Arnold. So, and actually took Arnold to the matches several times.
What was it like working out with Arnold?
Oh, Arnold was so driven. Arnold Schwarzenegger was so driven, so focused on bodybuilding that, you know, it was all mental. You know, the drive that he had and the focus that he had was beyond anything or anybody I had ever seen. I had trained hard, but nothing compared to the dedication that Arnold had. I had never seen that before in my life, and I was just really impressed, and even more impressed when he told me he was going to be a movie star. I said, Arnold, you're going to be a movie star? He told me this early on. I'm going to be a movie star. And I said, you can't even speak English, Arnold. And he had a hard time with English. And I said, I'll get by it. I'll be a movie star. You're not going to be a movie star. You can't even speak English. And I actually helped Arnold enroll in Santa Monica Community College. And it was really funny because he was having a hard time with English. And I just constantly ribbed him about that, joked him about that. And but he learned enough English to become a movie star.
What was his reaction to watching you wrestle?
Oh, he was thrilled by it. He loved it. He really enjoyed it. He really enjoyed it. And I got a special photo of him trying to put an arm bar on me. That was really kind of a funny photo. But he really enjoyed the wrestling. Really enjoyed it.
Did he ever consider maybe having a match or two, since wrestling was popular in LA at the time? And
oh, no. He never considered pro wrestling for an instant. It was always the movies. The movies. I'm going to be a movie star. I'm going to be in the movies. And that was it.
And he is actually the godfather of your daughter.
Yes.
How did that come about?
Well, my daughter was born in 1972 in Santa Monica, Capella. And I asked Arnold to be the godfather to my daughter, and he said absolutely, and he was thrilled to be, and it's a very simple thing, and so and being European, I think they have a little different take on being a godfather or something along those lines. They take it very seriously, and he was always very faithful. He called my daughter and stayed in touch with her. Was very proud to have been close to my daughter that he was, so that was very nice of him.
What's your favorite story between you and Arnold of your friendship with him over the years?
Oh, there were so many. Being around him was just amazing because some of that focus and drive rubbed off on me. And I'll never forget one day, it was wrestling in that Los Angeles territory was a dream because you had time to train, you had time to lay in the sun, and then you had time to drive to your town, which was San Diego, or over to Bakersfield, somewhere nearby. And one day, after laying in the sun, after working out, laying in the sun, eating lunch, then laying in the sun, getting up, walking to the water to cool off, jump in the surf, and then come back and lay down and get some more sun. I was about 10 feet behind Arnold. I was looking down at his calves, and I said, Arnold, your calves are so big. He had enormous calves. I said, they're so big, it makes your knees look insignificant. And he stopped and turned around and said, what does insignificant mean? He didn't know what the word insignificant meant. And so that shows you how far back and how raw he was, that not even knowing the meaning of that. I said, don't worry about it. You got huge calves, Arnold. They look great.